This step-by-step video will show you how to clipper your hair off yourself in a safe and helpful way. We cover tips for all hair types, including Afro hair. This video is voiced over by myself. I'm Jasmin, the founder of the charity Cancer Hair Care. Let's get started. Our lovely model today is Tracie, a dedicated cancer hair care volunteer hairdresser. Many of you will start your hair cutting journey with longer lengths of hair. Let's start with a couple of initial tips. We don't recommend that you go straight in with the clippers like they do on the movies. When your scalp is feeling sore and tender, it's not an ideal way to cut hair off. You won't cause any damage, but we just don't recommend it. The other tip, number 2, is we also don't recommend that you go trying to put your hair into one big ponytail and cut it off with a pair of scissors. Again, this can be really sensitive and really difficult to do. You can do it if you choose to, but we're going to show you an easier and more effective way. What we suggest is you cut down longer lengths of hair by getting small sections, twisting them, and then taking a pair of scissors and snipping off the lengths. You're not trying to create a style, it's just easier to get rid of some of this longer length if you have it of hair. What you do is you just take small sections, and if you've got Afro hair or curly hair, you can do exactly the same, pulling them out from the head at maybe a couple of inches and snipping them off. And you simply go continuing around the head in this way. You can snip them off yourself, or you can ask someone to do it for you. The reason we twist the hair a little bit is to just get a little bit of easy tension to make it easier to snip off. You don't need to pull at the hair, so if your scalp is feeling sensitive, just gather it up. Don't worry about creating a style or each section being the same length. What you're aiming to do is cut longer lengths of hair down, which will make it much easier for clippering. And you just continue this all around the head, taking sections, snipping it off. It's fine to use sharp household scissors. You don't need to have a professional set of hairdressing scissors. And you just continue this all the way around until you've got a shorter style. As you can see here, Tracie has cut down all of the lengths of her hair, and now she's got actually quite a funky style going on. But the idea isn't even to try and get a style, it's just to cut the length down. But you might like to have a little pause and have a look at your hair with shorter lengths. Let's go now to the next step and think about clippering hair. Before we put the clippers onto the hair, what we want to do is pop a guard onto the clipper blade. What guards do is they allow us to cut the hair down to a particular length. Now, most of the time when we're cutting hair very short, we're working between clipper guard number 1, which is very, very short indeed at just 3mm, and up to around clipper guard number 4, which takes us to around ½ an inch, which is 13mm. The very shortest guard is called a half, and this is just 1.5mm. Now, it's absolutely best practice to try and clip a hair off using a guard on your clipper, and this is so that we're not using that blade and causing any risk of what we call hard to heal cuts on the scalp. But I'm just going to mention it here because for some people, even when they do use the very shortest clipper attachment, that's not enough for them, and they really don't want to see any hair at all, however short it is, on their scalp. If you do choose to use a blade without a clipper guard on it, make sure that clipper is really, really clean, and please do stop if you end up cutting yourself or causing any abrasions. So folks, our best recommendation is give it a go with a clipper guard on, because that way you don't have to deal with any of those hard to heal cuts. Tracie brings the clipper up to her scalp. You can see that guard on there is protecting her scalp and just helping her to cut the lengths of her hair down. Just keep going in all different directions, getting the hair shorter. Now, when it comes to doing the very back of your head, it can be much easier to pop your head downwards. So Tracie's going to show you how to do this. Simply pop your head down and keep going over the back area. Now, you can put your head all the way right down. That might make it even easier. So with clippers, you just want to continuously keep going in different directions until you bring the hair down in length. When you get to the very front, it's a good idea to hold your hands over your eyes just to make sure the hair doesn't get irritable and itchy as it falls down. Keep going in all different directions. This orange clipper guard is what we call a number 4. It's about 1/2 inch or 13 millimeters. And what you'll see is Tracie just continues to go in all different directions, taking the hair down in length until she has a really nice short haircut. And what you're looking at here is the clipper guard taking it down all the way around the scalp. Keep going in all different directions. It does take a few minutes to take the lengths of hair off. What we're doing now is popping the red shorter clipper guard onto the clippers to take the hair down much shorter. What Tracie's doing now is clipping the hair down, continuing that technique, getting it as short as she wants to. Hold the ear down and it makes it much easier to go around the back of the ear area. Now just continue to go in all different directions, popping your head down when it comes to the back as we did earlier. It's just much easier to get that angle there around the nape and the back of the head. Continue going over in all different directions until you get that desired length that works for you, going back and forth at different angles. And now we can see that Tracie's just doing the final touches until she gets all her hair down to the length that's right for her. Let's take a look at Tracie's new short haircut. As you can see, when hair's really short, you can see different shades of colour. You can see the shapes of the head, and if you look closely, you can even see a small scar area there on the back of Tracie's head. This is really normal. Hair doesn't tend to look all exactly one length. You can even see Tracie's tattoo there behind her ear. So this is how a really short clipper cut looks. A huge thank you to Tracie for cutting her hair off to make this video. We used Tracie's salon, Hair by Talents in Hertfordshire to film. You already know Tracie in the middle, and to her left is her daughter Amy, another one of our Cancer Hair Care volunteer hairdressers. I'm Jasmin on the right hand side. Together, it's been our privilege to share this guidance with you. May we wish you the very best of luck on your hair loss journey, and remember, trained and trusted hairdressers like Tracie, Amy and myself are available to support you. Just get in touch with the Cancer Hair Care team. Thanks and bye for now.